Hey guys, David here, and in this video we're covering optionals. An optional is a variable which may or may not have a value, so it essentially says I have a value and this is it, or it says I have no value at all. Head over to our playground from before. Let's create a new string called possible int and give it a value of 1, 2, 3 in quotation marks. Strings have a method called toInt which converts the string into an integer where possible. Let's apply this onto a new variable. Call it convertedInt equals possible int dot toInt and brackets. This is an optional integer. This is due to the fact that not every string can be converted into an integer. Here it is, since 1, 2, 3 is essentially an integer. However, this would not be the case for something like hello. This would not be converted into anything. You can declare an optional variable yourself by using a question mark after you state its type. So we could say let numerical string :int question mark. This is telling us that the constant numerical string is of type optional integer. You can assign it a value, or if you want to give it a valueless state, you could make it equals to nil. It is important to remember that you can only apply the nil value to optionals, and by default, if you do not give an optional a value, it will assume the valueless state nil. You can use if statements to check whether optionals contain a value, and you can then unwrap it and use its value. In the if statement, you can compare it with nil. So if the numerical string is not equal to nil, then it has a value. You can then call its value by using an exclamation mark. The exclamation mark essentially says, I am sure this optional does not contain nil, and use it. So we can print line numerical string exclamation mark. You can then use optional binding to achieve a similar effect. We essentially declare a new constant equal to the optional as the if statement. So if let definite int equals converted int, then curly brace and your function. This essentially checks if it holds a value for you, and if so, sets it to the constant you define. Finally, there are implicitly unwrapped optionals. These are optionals which you are sure will hold a value. To declare them, you would use an exclamation mark instead of a question mark. They behave in the same way as a normal optional, but they do not need to be unwrapped. So you can say let definite string :string exclamation mark equals hello, and you can use this optional string from here on out without unwrapping it. Alright, that is it for now. Peace.